So, Kate, why did you start Artie Bird?
Oh, Artie Bird. Well, I'm a teacher. You know, as much as I'm a creative, I'm a teacher. Cut me through like a stick of rock and you'll find teacher and creative. And for me, it is so important to share what we're doing, not just to be in my art studio on my own, getting on without people. When I went into teaching, which was in school teaching to start off with, my mum said to me, you go into teaching for one of two reasons: to teach people or to teach your subject. And being very shy and introvert,
Surely not.
does that surprise you?
Council Breeze.
It was my subject that I went into, that I was passionate about. But what I discovered was that my awkwardness with people left when I was working with my subject. And it allowed me to be with people and communicate with like-minded people and to share what I do. And because of it, I've ended up with this wonderful community of people around me who share so much. And I get as much out of Artie Bird as you do. And I just absolutely adore it. And I don't think, you know, I can't think of any other way in which this fusion of being creative and being with people, you know, I don't know any other place where it's worked for me in the same way. I just love being here. And I think I could have been very, very lonely if without Artie Bird.
I think the development of the community is a massive strength of being here. It's
Yeah.
something that becomes so important to all of us, I think, just how we, I mean, the way we bonded as a group has been an absolute joy.
Yeah, that's right, isn't it?
Kept us sane, or kept me sane.
Yeah. I think especially when you go through sort of difficult points in life, whether it be lockdown or illnesses or whatever it might
Work.
Yeah. It does just give you backup to fall back on, doesn't it? When you've got your, I want to say your sanity group, but that's probably not an accurate description.
Perhaps not the best description, but we know what you mean, Jen.
Not of us.
Well, I was going to say, it's not a description of us, really, is it?
No, but I do watch people turn up at the door carrying the weight of their job or what they're doing in life on their backs. And they walk through the door and I watch them visibly relax. And you know, there's something at the moment, I think, about the way we've allowed our society to develop that I don't know that creatives find it particularly easy out there. I certainly came out the pandemic and my husband was the same, and we sort of went, we can't go back in the box. There was certain parts of us that just didn't function in the way that society is set up at the moment.
Do you think that Artie Bird has changed you personally, Rachel, or do you think that it strengthened any part of your character, or?
I think it's certainly been for me a mindful way of working. The collaborative aspect of it has been absolutely key to me, finding this group that I can come to once a month and I can really sort of just switch off and enjoy playing. I think has been a really important aspect for me.
Is that what you expected when you signed up? What did you come looking
I'm not
for?
really sure that I knew what I expected actually. I just was interested in learning more about felt making and didn't anticipate loving all the design aspect of that so much. That's been something that's given me new skills, but just being able to do that and collaborate with other people, other like-minded people who can enjoy just being together and actually finding an outlet for the creativity, but having a really good laugh and being supportive in, you know, like you say, really stressful times with the pandemic and all that sort of stuff, has just been an absolute godsend for me, I think. How about you, Jen?
I came very much. I found some wool roving in a classroom that I was teaching in, and wasn't quite sure what you did with it. And one of my colleagues sort of demonstrated how to make a piece of felt. And I started doing a bit, and I thought, I don't really know what I'm doing here. And I was interested in learning more, and saw Artie Bird at Woolfest, and thought, oh, that might be good. No, I don't need to do that. And I think for 2 years I put it off, and then the third year I looked at it, my partner said, for goodness sake, would you just sign up, you know, you want to do it. So I came very much to learn how to make felt properly, but that's not the only thing that's happened to me. I have changed so much. Even as a teacher, I think I always sort of lacked confidence a bit and was always a bit scared about sort of taking the big steps. And I think, you know, on the website it says championing self-belief. I think it's definitely done that for me. It's given me self-belief that I didn't have previously.
Yeah.
So that's been an absolute joy for me. What about you, Sue?
Me? Oh goodness me, I've been coming to Artie Bird for how long, Kate? I think every time we have this conversation we change the numbers.
Well, you
don't
were here
when you were
in the high
school.
school.
Yeah.
And we're coming up to our 9th year here.
Oh crap.
And we were and you were coming to the end of advanced there, so you must have done 5 years there.
Oh my goodness.
So 14, 15 years.
Lovely. Well, that makes me sound so old.
Yeah, I didn't know you were that old.
Yeah, no, thank you. Thanks, Pat. Yeah, so I've been coming for a while, and the reason why I started was I'd been to a felting workshop, didn't even know what felting was, with Angela Barrow, and I went with a friend, and we really enjoyed making a rug, and I spoke to Angela and she mentioned about Kate, so I googled it and joined up from there. And I remember I was going through a really, really difficult patch at work. It was horrible, and it was actually at the point where I thought, oh, I haven't got time to do this, I can't do this, I can't, you know, can't come to Artie Bird and stuff. And in the end, work was so awful, I thought, oh, stuff it, I'm actually going to have to do something, I want to do something for myself, or I need to do something for myself. So I started coming and did felting, and then some intervening years with, I don't know, what was it, creative textiles. Or what have you. And then discovered tapestry weaving. So I've well, I suppose left behind all my felting things, but doing tapestry weaving now, which is just completely different and actually probably suits my mentality. Whatever you want to think about that. I'm not the most patient of people, but actually being a tapestry weaver makes me patient because it is slow.
Yeah, there's a mindfulness about it.
There is
isn't
a
there?
mindfulness
that
about
that
it,
just
which is
slows
very
you
helpful.
down.
Very,
Yeah.
very much.
Which
so.
you either love or hate.
Yes, yeah.
And,
So,
yeah.
so that's really worked for me.
Yeah, I remember you sort of getting to the end of your second lot through. You've done felt, you've done creative textiles,
What do I do now?
and it was kind of like, I'd like to do weaving. And you kept showing me things
Oh, yes,
and,
that's right.
on Pinterest and Facebook, and I'm going, it's not weaving that you're showing me, it's
tapestry weaving.
Yeah, and it was kind of like, okay. So that's where I say that Artie Bird for me is so beautiful, because teaching you tapestry, which I sort of went back to from when I was at school, it made me jump in again with it, but this time it's become something that is my form of expression as well.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for
Oh,
that.
thank you. Can I
Yeah.
have an Artie Bird egg?
You can have an Artie Bird egg, yes.
Teacher's pet.
Oh, I know.
I've been asking that question a lot, hasn't she?
Yeah,
She is. She's
I'm
desperate
so
for
needy. I'm
chocolate.
so needy.
yeah. So Pat, what brought you here? Because you and Hilary actually started
We
the same
did.
year,
We
same
started
group.
the same year, and I was kind of lucky to sneak in because it was only that I only found out about Artie Bird the day before Foundation Felt started,
Oh, wow.
and I rang up and
Right.
said, "Can I come?" And it was the last place. And our group was full, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And because I'd I've done a little introduction to felt. I didn't have any kind of art background or textiles. I had no idea what textile was. And I've done a little introduction at our local college in felt making, a couple of sessions. And I was hooked when I'd started doing felt. I'd done little bits of painting, drawing before, but I just loved the felt. But I'd only ever done little pieces of felt with merino. I didn't know other walls exist, and I came to really learn how to make felt properly, like Jen was saying. But similarly, I just think it's been such a wonderful experience in every way. It's given a whole new dimension to my life, really, I think, coming, and we've had so much fun. We've eaten lots of Haribos.
And lemon
nice
cake.
people.
It's been absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, Pat's our chief cake maker.
Yeah.
I'm the chief cake cutter.
Oh, yes.
I can't put a
absolutely.
straight line. I still can't put a straight line.
What about you, Hilary?
So I came to Artie Bird in the first place because I had fallen in love with felt making, but I'd learnt it all from YouTube and that, and I knew there was more to be had from it. I knew I was just really skating over the surface of it. And I retired and I thought, well, what do I want to do? And I looked for somewhere where I could learn more about felt making, and this came up. And I thought, well, yeah, I'll go to Artie Bird. I'll go for a year and learn different techniques, and then I'll
be a world famous felt maker.
yeah, I'll be able to go on my own. And so, what is it? 9 years later or something?
Yes, it is.
I'm still here. I have had loads of ups and downs with it, but what has kept me going is the community here, is Artie Bird, and the people here, and particularly this group, which we weren't together. I mean, I've been with Pat all along, and Kate obviously, but we really bonded, and I do feel that finally I'm finding something in myself creatively, which is I've always been searching for, never quite got there. It's only taken 9 years to begin, and maybe over the next 9 years I'll get somewhere.
Think we should unfold, ladies?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
That's
Right.
stuff.
Very exciting.
Very exciting indeed. We're just clearing the decks, folks, so that we can do the big reveal.
Oh,
Nice.
nice stripes.
Okay.
Oh, pretty.
Oh,
Wow.
So beautiful, isn't it?
Very beautiful.
Mm.
What do you think? Should we just leave it like that and just develop the panels that are there and keep the white, or shall we draw into the white and
I mean, I'm a repressed sort of person. I don't want to go onto the white,
Right.
but that may just be my problem.
I kind of want to fold some white lines going.
Yeah.
Oh, what a good idea!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep some white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yes?
I love those shapes.
I love the shapes. I love
Yeah.
the shapes.
So we're
Yeah.
going to refold it in a different way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
different direction.
Right, are we
Okay.
going to go still vertically, or are we going to
think-
go horizontally, or?
I think
think
horizontally.
that
way,
Yeah,
yeah.
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 Maybe
Yeah.
use a diagram. Yeah,
Okay.
this way. Yeah.
We could do one bit and then move it along to finish off the other end of it. 'Cause it's
Yeah.
longer
Yeah.
than the
Yeah.
half
Yeah.
an hour.
Idea.
So should we start?
So
We're
go
Start
this
at
way
that
to
end.
So that way?
Yeah.
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 Good job we've got our
This
pennies
is a
on
straight
there.
line. Does that matter?
It might be nice for it to be a bit more angled. Shall I
Yeah.
move it like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that one.
Do you like that one better?
Okay. Lovely.
Go.
Right.
Right.
Oops.
Let's.
It used to be one of my big fears was when people said, "Oh, we're going to do something collaborative." I was always like, "I don't like other people messing with my stuff." And I've
miss
really
my stuff.
enjoyed a lot of the
Oh,
stuff that we've done
yeah.
together.
We
It's
have.
been-
Absolutely.
Are we ready for rock and roll?
Yeah.
And it forces you out of your comfort zone. I
Yeah.
find it doesn't it? 'Cause
Yeah.
you're doing things that you wouldn't.
But there's
wouldn't do
another
at all.
thing to be said then about that, which is trust. It, you know, we're here and we listen to each other,
Yeah.
and we trust each other to know that, you know, nobody's trying to make you do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But where would we be without show and tell?
And everybody's on each other's side.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
nobody wants to see you fail.
Yeah.
No, definitely. That's
Yeah.
a really nice thing because nobody tries to be better than anyone else, which I really love about this group and
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I think as a teacher, what you want is for your students to go beyond you. And, you know, it's watching you fly and blossom that is the joy for a teacher. You know, not, you know, I know everything, and you're my, you know, underlings, and you can only learn from me. It's not that at all. We learn from each other, and show and tell is just a great part of that, where that equality comes in, and opinion, and everybody has different experiences, and it is just wonderful. And I remember when we did the communal piece at the beginning of fellowship, and Jen said, let's fold the fabric. And I was working on some ideas for movement in the wind blowing the reeds, and straight away I knew how to approach those drawings, and I started to fold my paper, and it all came from Jen, and it was just fantastic.
There is a joy to that in itself, though, like when you make a suggestion that somebody else runs with, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, I helped with that a bit.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a nice feeling,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, and also, you know, because I do an awful lot of my own work and share what I'm doing, and I come in thinking that, you know, there's one way of doing my work, and then nobody does it my way, and everybody does it their way. And I'm sitting there going, ooh, you know, and I'm coming away with just, you know, it's taken years of research to even start to contemplate some of the things I've come away with. And, you know, my MA was printing on felt, and I've ended up taking those skills and printing on my weaving, which, you know, I didn't kind of anticipate that at all. It's just fantastic, the different places we've been taken.
This is going to be really interesting when it's opened up and stuff, because they've all got different styles and stuff. I think we ought to swap when we fold it, when we finish this bit. I think we ought to swap ends of table and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
So I've been at the centre.
And what have you. Because actually, I mean, it's really nice because I can already see that the ends are of the cloth are actually very different, which is good.
Yeah. The other thing that's been a real eye opener for me, I suppose, because of coming into it as a complete novice and not know anything, is the other, what I've learnt about the other types of textiles, like weaving.
Oh,
I didn't,
yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
really have any understanding of weaving as an art form, and you know, the embroidery, the other creative textiles, and it's been so wonderful to see other people's work, and how inspiring it is, really.
Yeah, we all learn off each other as well, don't we? Even
Yeah.
something that like you guys, you do in your felting, I thought, oh, that would make quite a good weave, or that's a good way to do something in weaving.
And I think that's where the design comes in, because it's the common language that links
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're in there talking colour, shape, line, texture and form, and it doesn't matter whether we're in felt or tapestry or weaving or embroidery or mixed media, textiles. It just all is a common language. But it's also, for me, it's the way it's gone beyond just the students coming here and into your families and partners, and you know, and you know, we really celebrate each other. And I remember when we moved out of the school coming into this centre, and so many people turned up on that day in their cars with their partners, and the students went in to be taught, and the caretaker and my husband and all the partners filled up their cars with all our stock and brought it round here. You know, and it was just amazing to see this army of partners supporting Artie Bird. You know, and I just, you know, I've always treasured that moment. You know, and that's gone abroad as well with, you know, having overseas students. I've been over to Australia and been hosted there, and Cheryl from Australia was recently in the UK and came to visit us here, and you know, just really lovely to see her. And you know, she was touring Europe, and it was just kind of you know, I've got to fit a trip to the UK in just to go and see Artie Bird. And you know, it's just okay. Wonderful, you know, absolutely wonderful.
It was really nice to see her in
It
person
was,
as well.
it was lovely,
Only ever
yeah.
having seen her on Zoom.
Mm.
It was really nice.
It's good. Good.
Yeah.
I think for myself, I mean, obviously the courage that this place has given me the bravery or the insanity to pack in work and try and go it alone, and I'm now selling work, which is not something I would have had the confidence to do. But I'm not alone in that. There are so many ex-students of Artie Bird that have developed the skills or the confidence or the ability, wherewithal, whatever you want to call it, to set up on their own.
Oh
which
yeah.
which
Yeah.
shows what you get.
Yeah, it was lovely at the Cumbrian Wool Gathering last year to find that 10% of the stalls were Artie Bird, had been through Artie Bird.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it was lovely. It was lovely to see, you know, old friends and see what they're catching up with what they're doing. Somebody mentioned Angela Barrow, you know, and you know, and just to see people really flying with the skills and taking them into new areas and businesses. It's a wonderful network.
Are we ready to move along a bit, do you think?
Yes.
Surely.
Yeah.
Move them on here.
Nearly.
Kate's just finished her work.
Yeah,
on that
thank you. Thank you. Just want to see you. I'm coming. There we go. I'll put some more on here.
Very good. Nice.
Are these coming on?
We're going that way.
We're going
That
to.
way.
There we go. Angle it off there.
Oh no, that bit looked really empty down the end.
It's because it's been tucked down the side.
Go to the side anymore. That's it. We're going to swap round.
Yeah.
Does anybody else need more guns?
You did know that was your bit, Sue.
Thank you. Okay. So what we're actually using here is we're using Inktense in its various formats with some fabric medium, which is a kind of acrylic binder, and it will glue it to the fabric and make it permanent if you iron it afterwards when it's dry.
I'll stay here now because we've got some things. Oh, it's quite cute, some of these. I like that line of circles and stuff. Pretty. Right, who wants to stand back?
I don't mind.
Sorry.
There's a
Yeah,
little gap.
There's a gap there.
Yeah.
That's
Still is a little
here.
gap,
I can move around here and work on this bit. Stuff. Oh, I've got. Oh, I haven't had a go with the big ones yet.
Oh, the big ones are lovely. Oh, next
Oh,
to
they're
Hilary, Hillary's got the
fabulous.
extra colours.
Oh,
Oh, we're going to have fun.
can she be trusted?
No, I can't be trusted.
That's why we love you. Yeah, recently I went to a seminar on women, neurodiversity in the workplace, and people have been doing research into it locally. And Alison and I went, and what surprised us was how many of the boxes we ticked for being neurodiverse, embracing, just through doing what we naturally do, sort of thing. So you know, I love that. I love the fact that we have supported people in that way, and we're going to become a case study for the research now, to see what people can take, because we've just done it instinctively and intuitively, and trying to work out what it is that we've actually done so that others can do it too is very exciting.
Do you think that we're talking a lot about change? Do you think that Artibird as an organisation or as a centre has changed since its early days in terms of what it delivers, or?
Very, very much so. I think we started off as a City and Guilds centre, offering City and Guilds courses that were written by City and Guilds, and our focus was very much on delivering that. But when we came here, we had a permanent setup, and it's just allowed us to have more equipment, to have just a permanent setup that, and we didn't really move here to improve the quality of the student work, but students very quickly fed back that their work was improving from being here. But also when City and Guilds stopped being able to offer the creative subjects as an approved centre, the fact that they included us in their accredited programme, and we were able to write the courses that we offer, and the courses we offer are ours. My colleague Kate, who is wonderful, she and I took our years of educational experience and poured it into the programs we offer now, in consultation with the students, because you know the City and Guilds we were delivering weren't graded, and we said, you know, do you want graded? And he went, yes, we want recognition for everything we do, for what we put in. And it was just absolutely fascinating to really see the pride and the engagement that you all have with what we do, and to be able to deliver what you wanted to do. And I think we're, in one sense, more of a serious educational establishment now. I think we're a proper college in our own right, rather than just being a sort of satellite City and Guilds centre.
Yeah.
And being able to go higher, like with the fellowship, to take that level of professionalism, which, you know, hadn't existed in what we were offering before. You know, just to be able to take it to this level, and you know, it's the question that I'm asked over and over again by the gentleman who represents the accreditation department, and he oversees us and visits us every year, and it's sort of like, what's your legacy? What's your legacy going to be? And I think the legacy is actually the community. And regularly he now sort of looks and goes, you know, it's the fellowship that's going to be the legacy, because that's going to carry on afterwards. That the ripples of the pebbles in the pond rippling out, and that level of professionalism. And I worry at who is going to protect these skills when we've gone, because we are of a certain age, and you know, at the moment there is just no investment by the government in protecting these wonderful skills that we have and that we're protecting and learning. And I just think it is, we've got to just keep going. And you know, again, a student lent me a book, and I'm reading it about becoming an elder rather than elderly, you know, and being able, you know, we've got to be the elders of textiles, and just keep making, creating, inspiring, sharing, so that the young people who are interested, you know, I was so lucky. I did an A-level spinning and weaving. You know, I was taught textiles at school to such a level. I'd found my passion as a teenager, and so many are not given that opportunity now.
I live in hope, a bit like names tend to go out of fashion and come back into fashion. I live in hope that things will go full circle, because crafts generally are becoming far more appreciated. Art is more noticed.
Yeah.
I think people are starting, I don't know if it was lockdown that did it, but people starting to understand the necessity of creativity.
Yeah.
And you know, so much is about now out there about well-being, health and well-being,
Yeah.
health and well-being, the buzzwords, you know.
Yeah.
And so one would hope that all of these things that aid that would, you know, be raised in profile.
And
Time
then
will
they'll
tell.
get some of the funding for it.
Time will tell.
Totally
Exactly,
different.
exactly. Time will tell.
Are you ready to wrap a bit, do you think?
You're
It's only because I finished my corner and I want to do some more.
Well, let's have a look and see whether we need to do any more, or whether we've actually come to a natural full stop.
Ooh, oh, I love that. I love the geometry of it with all the squirrely whirlies in the middle of the geometry.
Although I have to say that having the white last time, I was very satisfied with it. I
Yeah.
would have left it.
Yeah,
Now that
not the
these
same.
cut up, it's not the same.
Mm.
And I think it needs another set of folding, so
I
that
Yes.
think it
Yeah.
does.
less white.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Still some white, but
Yeah,
to
but
actually.
smaller patches of
Small-
white.
yeah.
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 So we
I
need to
agree.
really think about how we
How to
fold,
fold
it,
it, yeah.
so that we get lots of little bits of white protected.
So I think.
Well, yeah, if I
Mhm.
vertical fold that way to
Yeah.
cut those two up. Yeah, leave a nice thin strip. Yeah.
Do you think?
One here.
Do you think maybe that way?
What's about there?
Pull that in.
There?
Sorry. Yeah, pull it more in, I think. If I pull that.
Oh, that's like that.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
And we could do with another fold.
Another
there,
fold.
don't you think?
Think across there.
Can we move it this way
Move
a
it
little bit?
towards
Yeah.
From this way, do you think?
Yeah. You mean in here, Hillary?
Yeah, I was sort of thinking that's still going to be two quite big patches, isn't it? It doesn't really matter.
Sort of diagonally across here, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
okay.
like it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So you've got double fold really.
Mm-hmm.
So pick that up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like that.
I think so. Could we try that?
Do we have some more?
Well, I think
I
we'll
like
some more.
just like
Look.
Yeah.
We're just so humbling.
Yes, yeah. Oh, I like that. I think that.
It's going to be interesting. I mean, it's not an awful lot to go at, but enough. I think we should just
Yes.
try and get that done.
Yeah.
And
Can we move it on the table that way a little bit?
Yeah.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
I suppose it's still actually leaving some of the white that we've got still exposed.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like I'll
We
do
could do
this
that,
bit,
yeah.
but sort of feel as
Yeah.
I want to leave
Yeah.
that bit exposed still. Just leaving bits that's not- just creating your own white patches.
Yeah, and maybe not to put as necessarily as much detail
Yeah.
in some
Yeah.
of these.
Make it a bit more calmer.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Yep.
Square bit here.
Here's the gunge.
You can do.
Thank you very much.
Oh, can I pinch that a bit?
I've just pinched it from over
Oh,
there.
have you?
Yeah,
I've
but they
stolen
haven't
it.
No, yeah, I
They
did.
haven't
I
noticed.
stole it.
There we
when
go,
I
I've given
filled
it
up
back
the-
to you.
They didn't notice
No.
it.
They won't know.
No.
I saw.
Oh,
Yeah. We just didn't comment, did we?
Fibber.
Oh, dear.
Just think there was a time not long ago when something like this would have absolutely terrified me.
Oh, me too. Me too.
And now it's like, yeah, we'll give it a go.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't feel anyone will tell me off for putting a mark in the wrong place.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's also that recognition of how important this is. And I was talking to Alison the other day about kind of intelligent people that I know, and my brother is incredibly intelligent and works in computing and things like that. And she said, well, don't you think of yourself as intelligent? And I just looked and went, well, I don't, because I work in textiles.
Yes.
And it was such an eye-opener that, you know, that even myself has that sort of attitude of it, and we sort of looked at each other and sort of went, right, that's when we go to park right now, you know. But it was just really, really interesting to appreciate that, you know, that cultural thing
Yeah.
actually underpins how I think about myself.
It's like the sort of line between fine art and craft.
Yeah.
And I suppose in many ways I've always seen myself as a crafts person because I studied ceramics originally, which is a craft, and it's always very important to me that I know how to do something properly. So when I did ceramics, I wanted to know how to make glazes, I wanted to know how to fire my kilns. When I started doing felt making, I wanted to know how to make it properly. That's why I came here. But I don't understand why fine art is considered as a sort of higher plane
No.
to craft. I don't get it. I think
No.
craftspeople are often far more skilled,
Yeah.
Yes.
and I just
Yeah.
can't get my head around it at all.
It's very strange, isn't it?
Mm.
So the distinction.
Are we ready to step away?
No.
Oh, okay.
We might have run out of space,
I
but
know.
they haven't.
It's just me. I need my space.
Yeah, but we've done a great job.
We have done a great job.
Yeah. Yeah.
I should stand back. I should hold my counsel.
Reading.
Shall I hold it for you, Kate?
Bless you. Yeah, and I want the green Skittles as well.
Do you?
Yeah.
I've only got purple ones.
Oh dear.
You done? Yeah.
Done. Done.
Yeah, I don't want it to get muddy.
No. So let's have a look at what we have created and see if we're content. Or
Oh, I forgot to dab that corner.
There's always one.
There's always one.
Right.
it's a great big white shape,
Yeah.
isn't
Oh,
it?
that, isn't it? That bit is not a piece. See, I like this.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love
Because it's got
that.
diagonals
But
on
yeah,
it and fluffy
But you
edges.
can't fill that all in.
No,
It's got to have a balance of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So maybe that just has to stay like it is.
Yeah.
maybe.
maybe we'll chop it up. Who knows?
Yeah, turn it into a beanbag for afternoon.
Oh,
nap.
yes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Sounds like a
We
plan.
could share the beanbag then.
I
Have a
want
beanbag
to
later.
echo that line, sort of right through it.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah, I can see.
Well,
Go
go
on,
on
let
then.
you do a line then.
Go on.
Go on, you can do a line. You're
Yeah,
allowed.
do a line.
Do you want to fold it or do you
Pressure,
just
pressure,
go to draw
pressure.
it? Just draw it.
for it, Jen.
Just draw it.
Take a big chunky
Block
block.
it up there so
Yeah,
it's a
what
bit
colour do you
flatter.
want?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
hold
pull
on to
taut.
it.
So we
Yeah.
pull it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ready? Go then.
Yeah, go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Do you want to put any more on?
Oh,
Go on, go for
on.
it.
Because they are
That
really,
way.
they're
Yeah.
actually these ridges where it's
Yeah.
not, they're absolutely
Keep going.
lovely.
They're
aren't they?
nice,
Yeah.
aren't they?
That way.
Yeah. Go on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm liking it.
Right here.
Yeah.
Love it.
Maybe we'll
What
Come on.
else a photo?
Pull it taut.
Go.
You pick that.
hold,
Yeah.
hold it up there because it'll.
That's it.
Nice.
Oh.
Brilliant.
Oh.
Yeah.
That helps it. Yeah,
It does.
Yeah.
It really
Yeah,
does.
it really does.
Yeah.
That's
Excellent.
brilliant.
Lovely. Well done, everybody. And well done, everybody. Thank you so much for joining in with the Artie Bird community. We really appreciate it.